Okay, welcome for our collective and psychic readings. My name is Hannah. For those of you who haven't been here before, if this is your first time to my live stream, let me know. As always, I am going to share this live stream and then bring it up here. And then I will share a collective message for the first 15-20 minutes or so. And then we'll jump into individual readings that I will individually choose people. So let me know when you're here. Say hi. Jumping in a little bit late this morning. Was trying to be on time and that didn't happen this morning, so I do apologize about that. Okay. So I'll just share this and then I will jump in for our collective message. There's a lot of energy flying around, that's for sure. Okay. Hello. All right, so just gonna share this in 2 more places and then we shall be present here. Okay. Hello, hi Natalie, hello, Kelly, Fuad, Chelsea, hello. Okay, sharing in 1 more place. Got a very interesting collective message coming through, that's for sure. Okay, yay. So when I was getting all my cards out, first of all, energy's like flicking everywhere and these fell on the ground and just absolutely flicked everywhere. So I was like, okay, well, we're gonna start here. Definitely gonna start here with these ones. So now I'm just gonna bring this live stream back up and check the comments. Bring up your comments here. So definitely starting with these Avalon cards for the collective. Okay, there's quite a bit coming out here. Yeah. And the message that's coming through is something I shared with my client yesterday. I'm like, you are brilliant, wild, intuitive, and free. And at this time, you need to trust that huge, beautiful, wild, intuitive heart that you have over everything. You need to trust it. When we are brilliant, wild, intuitive, and free, it can be tricky to trust it. Because you are so brilliant, wild, beautiful, and free. And what feels right one day won't feel right the next day. What felt right in one moment adds up and won't feel right the next. And your gift and your depth of trusting your intuition is really, but can you trust when your intuition changes? Okay, there's a specific deck that I'm looking for here for this one, and I thought I got it out. Yeah. Oh, I did. It's over here. I've got 2 of these decks, but one of them is the old version, and I do like the new version. That's this one. I called the mermaids. Of course. Okay. So we've got Avalon and the mermaids. Yes, my online business course, if you're really looking to turn your passion to profit and put your business online so that you can have the freedom to do work for yourself and You know, it can be a lot of work. Definitely won't lie about that. But if you love freedom and you know you have a passion and purpose, that is definitely the one for you. Okay. So we have transparency. This is about being honest and continuing to trust your intuition even when it flicks and changes. That beautiful, wild, brilliant, intuitive, and free heart of yours is correct. This one is the time and tides. Trusting the inflow, the outflow, the ebb, the flow, the changes. Transparency, honest, authentic, genuine, and present. When you are not honest with yourself, when you are not honest with others, when you are not honest with God, your intuition becomes clouded. Purple, crown chakra, trusting intuition, opening to spirit, opening to your guides, opening to your heart. If your crown chakra is closed, your heart will be closed, and vice versa. These Avalon cards that fell out on the ground, we have here this one. There's the owl and the moon, intuition. Never be afraid to voice your truth. Here we go. As your truth comes from a deep place within your soul. Yeah. Next one. This one. In the silent pause that we find, it is in the silent pause that we find the answers to our questions. Not out there, not in the cards, not in other people's opinions, but in the quiet, deep, internal, reflective moments within your heart. It is in the breath that we anchor the soul. That's why people have big, huge purgings when they really breathe properly. Because your soul has space to come in. Spend time reclaiming your balance. There you will find peace. Let go of outcomes. You will be released from the burden you carry. So interesting, like lightened up. This one. It is only when we accept vulnerability that we are truly brave. Rise above your fears. And of course, it's the big tree, the huge spiral and the mushrooms and the mountain in the background with the stone up the top. It is only when we accept vulnerability, the truth and the trust of your heart and what your heart's guiding you to do, not your mind, we are truly brave. Rise above your fears. The technical bottom card, I don't know which one's the bottom in this deck because they're just kind of like this. So we're going to read this one, which is so interesting because it's very cyclic. It's very within. Be attuned to the rhythm and cycles of your life and notice the shifts and changes. Peace comes from the sacred union of nature and spirit within you, your soul and your human self, your heart and your brain. And then this one, make peace with the wildness within you and all mother creations. And this is where I was saying, this is the wild, beautiful, intuitive, brilliant, and free self that you're needing to trust right now. There's something going on that you're really needing to trust your inner truth. Never be afraid to voice your truth. This is the honesty within self. If you cannot be honest with yourself, you will not be able to hear the voice of your intuition. It's a beautiful little deck, hey, this Avalon Magic. It's just a little pop-up one. I'm using it because when I put all the cards out, it literally fell on the floor and cards went everywhere. I was like, okay, I'm hearing you. You need to speak. You need to speak. So when I pull this transparency, which again is the honesty, like honesty is divine step number 1 in the 12 steps to awakening your life purpose. You want to understand what your life purpose is? There's 12 steps. And they're very deep. Go down the rabbit hole. How far do you want to go? But number 1 divine step is honesty. You have to be honest with yourself. You have to be honest with God and you have to be honest with other people. Even like trying that little grape before you buy it in the supermarket. That's not in integrity and truth. That's called stealing. Oh, but I'm just trying before you buy it. And I'm like, that's technically stealing. You're going to like open up the like, I don't know, chocolate wrapper or something and try. Oh, I just need to try it before I buy it. Just like the same as a grape. It's called stealing. This is authentic honesty, integrity, truth. If you are not living that in every little moment, not just in your relationships, but when you're driving and you're in the supermarket and you're whatever it is, like in the tiny little increments, they all add up. Are you living in integrity and in truth of what you truly value and what's important to you? Because it is the divine step number 1 of living in alignment with your true life purpose. Honoring the masculine. This is honoring your values. This is adhering to your boundaries, to your standards, to raising your standards, to what's really important to you. When we really look at the inner and outer masculine, the sacred, right? The peace comes from the sacred union of nature and spirit, of human and soul, right? This is the divine balance. This is the sacred union. If you are not honoring what's important to you, which is very masculine, inner masculine, then everything will start spiraling down. Okay, so we have the time and tide. We have transparency and honoring your values, your masculine, your inner self. Yeah. Okay. And then the bottom card is the divination. So again, trusting your intuition. So I think we've got a trusting your intuition vibe going on for our collective today. So ultimately, it's about voicing your truth, right? The deep internal inner wisdom. Never be afraid to voice your truth. The thing is that when we are not being honest with ourselves, meaning like if you're in a relationship and you're voicing your needs, and if you don't voice your needs, like, oh, it's okay, they'll be the things that are the issue later on down the track. They will be the things that cause the illness and disease in your body. This is so important to honor the truth within your soul. Okay, I'm going to jump into readings now. So if you haven't been here before, if you can type in the comments now, yes please, or yes please Hannah, or I'd like one, or whatever, just yes please is awesome. And then just type it in once, so then I'll have a list of yes pleases of everyone who comes up on the yes please list. And then from that list, I will intuitively choose somebody, I will read for somebody, and then I will close off that round, and then I'll ask for another list of yes pleases. So you can pop in your yes please now if you would like a reading. And we'll jump in and through these. Now, I have opened up my 2025 personal psychic forecast. So this is where I read for you for the next 12 months. This is an audio recorded reading, so you can listen back at any time over the 12 months. And I literally pull a card for each month of the year and dive into the energies of that month. And then I also give 3 main intuitive conscious themes that you are working with over 2025. So if you would like your 2025 forecast to be read by me, that you get audio recorded and emailed off to you, just comment 2025, like 2025, and I'll send that to you for the details. So they'll only be available for the next 2 weeks, so that will give me time to then be able to get the readings done to give that to you before New Year's. So just 2025 in the comments if you'd like that. And those of you who are waiting for your 2025, they're on their way. Okay, so yes, so true. I said yes instead of no 24 years ago, now healing from the narcissist abuse. Yes, narcissistic stuff like narcissism only happens when people are not listening to their intuition about leaving when it is not aligned. Plain and simple. Narcissistic energy, narcissism, anything only occurs when somebody is not valuing themselves more than the relationship, and they're holding on out of fear or woundings. That's the only reason narcissism will occur. Okay. All right, so let me just clear some space with these little cards everywhere for our collective, because I've learned to keep them out over our readings, okay? Okay, and just so you guys know, it's 197 for the 12-month reading. That's US, of course, always use US for the 12-month psychic reading. But yeah, it'll only be available until the 18th of December because I need to, it takes time to do them, of course. Okay. All right. Covered in goosebumps. Okay, who is this for? Okay, Kendra. Acceptance. Ooh. Talk about honesty. Being like honest with your intuition. 555. That is the number of change. It is the number of change. Oh, is Kendra still here? I better check. Sorry, guys. Acceptance. This is the number one reason of, like, this is the first part of consciousness, of waking up, sort of realizing, is accepting that you're in a certain situation, that something is not aligned anymore. This is the first step of honesty. But before that, I'm just checking that she's here. Is Kendra here? Yes, okay, awesome. Just checking. Acceptance. But before I pulled this card, this was the next one. This is the first one, Raphael. And Raphael is the heart healer. Even though there's a lot of purple on this, Archangel Raphael is technically the healer. Archangel Raphael is very much the healer, with the healing symbol here as well. So Raphael is already healing your heart, is already awakening you to the truth. And then I feel like you are coming into acceptance of your situation. And then eternity, it's kind of like, I feel like you're in a situation where you're accepting something, but then you realize it's almost like a catch-22 in a way of like, you know, it's not for eternity, but it always has been for eternity, and it always will be. That situation, that bond, that, you know, you think, but there's a lot of light through the truth. Like, you're really seeing the truth here. Like, that third eye is fully awake. You're like, this is just like, you're really clear about it. So we've got Sacred Mountain here, and then we've got Compassion and Dreaming Heart. I forget what the Sacred Mountain is. Bear with me. So interesting, because you've got compassion, you've got acceptance, Raphael, acceptance, eternity with this big, beautiful, blooming rose. Dreaming Heart, Compassion, Sacred Mountain. Like, compassion is all about the heart, of course. Underneath that is like the green, the Buddha nature, which is very coming into acceptance. There's a lot of, it feels like there's a lot of peace around you, even though there's a lot of turmoil. And I think that that's around your consciousness in realizing the truth. There's a lot of turmoil, but there's a lot of peace. And the Dreaming Heart, so the Sacred Mountain, relates to strength of character, which is derived from a compassionate and loving heart. Okay, Kendra, you have a huge, beautiful heart. This beautiful, wild, brilliant, intuitive, and free self of you is literally like, it's almost like you need to be reminded of this beautiful, wild, brilliant, intuitive, free self. You know that within yourself, but you're needing to be reminded of that. Like a sacred mountain, your energy is magnetic and magical. You are a mountain of strength and hope for many people. And I want to say, but you need to be reminded of this for yourself. And then this is the eternal truth and eternal nature of you. And I want to say there's something coming just around the mountain. Like, there's something coming just around the corner of your life that's literally going to change everything for you. Like, in a good way. But it's literally going to change absolutely everything. This Dreaming Heart. I'm still learning these cards, so bear with me. Do not, so interesting, right? Do not lose sight of your purpose. Know that your efforts are being rewarded. Do not dwell on this, for you are great. For you, your greatest reward is the love you are helping to create in the world. And this is where I'm like, don't forget this big, beautiful heart of yours. Don't forget who you actually fucking are amongst all of this. Like, you're pretty good, and you're in a really, like, you know, there's a lot of stuff going on. Oh, look, here's the release card as well. There's a lot of stuff going on, and you're in a good place about it, even though, you know, you're dealing with like the heart stuff. But it's like, actually, don't forget what it is you're here for. Don't forget the purpose of what you're actually doing. And I think that this is where you're like, actually, this is what you've chosen. And it's really coming into like, but it's okay to dwell here while you allow your heart to continue to flourish in this way, because just around the mountain, just around the corner, your life is about to change in a really, really good, big way. Let's have a look what this Yes, I can feel it. I can feel it just around the mountain, just around the corner. Like, it's like, don't give up hope. And I know that I don't feel like you have, but it just feels like this is a lot to deal with right now. Even though you know the truth, even though you know that feeling, even though you know blah, 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 blah. Yeah, the sacred scar. Big heart healing. It's covering her boobs. Big heart healing. Yeah? And this is, yeah, lots of big stuff going on. Yeah. And this is the sacred scar around, like, not letting the scars close your heart with this. And this is where I feel like you're training with what you're going in. Like, how many compassionate things, like Raphael is the heart healer. He's the heart acceptance, the first step in the heart healing. Dreaming heart, don't forget your heart. Look, there's a big cross on it. Don't forget, like, X marks the spot. Keep your heart open for eternity. Do not close it. Release, green, heart chakra. Also almost looks like peacock feathers, which is about shining your light bright. And then this one, compassion, deep and big in the heart. Do not lose sight of your heart, Buddha nature. Yeah. It's like you will get through this, but don't let the scars close your heart. Yeah? Because there's something around the corner that you're going to be glad that you didn't. Covered in goosebumps. It's really big. It is a beautiful message. There's lots of heart in there. Lots of heart in there. It's like, this is who you are. Don't close that. Okay, I have another round of yes pleases. Please. Oh, covered in goosebumps. Okay. And so if you guys would like a 2025 personal psychic forecast, this is where I like audio record the reading for you, but I pull a card for each month of the year. So there's 12 cards, and then there's 3 cards that are the overlying, like what you're conscious, the 3 conscious themes that you're working on in 2025, plus a card for each year. And then I also give you sort of months to come back and listen to the reading again. And then, and of course you can listen to it every time. You can listen to it every month if you wanted to as well. But yeah, so it's 2025. Just comment that below and I'll send you the details for that. And that's for the personal psychic forecast for 2025. If you'd like me to be your personal intuitive guide, that is. Okay. Kendra says, big change next year and it will fill my heart more. Yeah, there we go. Yep, it's coming. It's coming. Okay. So who is this reading for? Look, I shuffled that and look what's still at the bottom. For eternity, baby. For eternity. Okay. Yeah, so that collective message theme is really strong around like there's a truth that you're needing to face, blah, blah, blah. You know, it's really strong. Kendra said, thank you. Lots of inner work happening and chakra work as well. Yeah, that's big. That's really big. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, it's a beautiful deck. I love this. I think it's he actually. I don't know, Tony. I always thought it was a woman, then I was reading something and I was like, oh, is that a man? I actually don't know. I don't mean that in a bad way, I don't know. Tony has both names. Anyway, it's a fucking beautiful deck. And this person, Tony, has a few different decks actually. Yeah. Okay. So this reading is for Fua. I always forget how to pronounce your name. Fua. You have the spirit of the owl, so same thing. This is big, trusting your intuition. You have the alabaster tablet of Elela. Alabaster tablet of Ella. You have the oracle of Chaldea. And on the bottom, you have big energy field adjustment and clearing is required. It's almost like, look how powerful you could be, but look what's stuck in your energy field in a way. Like all of these eggs are wanting to birth, but they're not coming out because there's stuff in your energy field that is like, need to clear this out. The alabaster tablet of Layla, I forgot what this one is about. Just can't remember. It's a protection. Okay. Layla is maternal, protective, and devoted to the human collective. Her name can translate to night. She's able to traverse her own spiritual nights, whether they be periods before, during, or after our lives when we are going through a dark night of the soul. Layla is there reminding us that spirit will always show us a way, and within us is the wisdom to find it. What is the owl? The wisdom. And this is the pass card. Crystals are embodied light, and alabaster in particular emanates the white light frequency. It is highly reputed as a drawing stone, absorbing negative energies and attracting the light of spirit into your heart and life. The alabaster tablet is created from a sheet of alabaster that energetically sheaths the soul, deflecting interference through its invisible protective shield. This oracle encourages you to perform a spiritual cleansing that feels right for you, sealing your work with a protective shield of white light. You can only accomplish this by calling on the alabaster tablet of Layla, combining with the sacred earth medicine of alabaster and the celestial angelic protection of Layla using the healing process below in the book. And I was picking that up. I'm like, there is shit in your energy field that needs to get out. And you need to protect your, not even just your energy field, of course, but your projects. And that's what I was like, these eggs want to be birthed, but they can't. And like your soul is not letting them because there is shit in your energy field that needs to come out. It's like, this is like really strong message that you have a really strong, unique purpose. Owl, intuition, wisdom. That's the second time the owls come up in this session today already. If I can find it. Of course, it's the last card that I pick up here. And the owl is your intuition. The owl is your goddess self. This, you are needing to protect your eggs in all senses of the words. And you're needing to do, like it says, it energetically sheaths the soul, deflecting interference, but through its invisible protective shield. There is something you're really, 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 really needing to clear out of your energy field, and then also protect what you are birthing, like fiercely, like getting that so strongly for you. The Oracle of Chaldea, 37. Sorry, I'm just going to read this alabaster message. It's coming through really strongly. It's really beautiful. There is a point of light within your heart. Everyone there with your heart? Your own heart? There is a point of light within your heart. As you notice that light, it rapidly expands and you feel a sense of love and recognition. You know, without knowing how you know, that this light is a friend from long, long ago. The light becomes a beautiful feminine angel. Her light shines like a gentle sun, and you feel warmed in her presence. She casts her hand and a path appears. It is your path, the best way for you to proceed. Now, how you feel about this path. Notice how you feel about this path. Can you accept it, embrace it, trust it? As you take a step, you realize she is with you. Your heart then remembers she has always been with you, and she will always be with you. If you've been seeing birds of prey, owls, eagle spirits, could be, kestrels, hawks, any birds of prey, whether on an image like, on social media or anything like that, or actually flying in the sky, or an owl, this message is really strong for you. But I am reading specifically for Fua. The Oracle of Chaldea, that was a really strong message for everyone. So this one, for Fua, there's something you're really needing to clear out of the energy field and protect what you're doing with all your heart. So, Oracle of Chaldea. continue on your healing journey with enthusiasm, but without forcing things to happen more quickly than feels natural. Sometimes the body will be ready to let go whilst the mind is still holding on. Other times the mind may need to be patient as the body processes an experience. Breathe in, breathe out, tired in, tired out. Oceanic tide and spells, knowing when the tide withdraws, like when the tide goes out and shows you a truth that you're really needing to tend to and look at, yeah? Trust in your own timing and rhythm. There is no need to be impatient or judge yourself. You are summoning the spiritual fortitude to tackle an issue which has previously held you back. There's something you're needing to clear out of your field. What do I need to do? Energy healing. Yes. Walk the path of the light of where your heart is guiding you to do. Sometimes it's energy clearing and energy healing. I'm just turning the fan off. So sometimes it is like, yeah, I need to do energy clearing and I need to do a healing and I need to do inner child work and I need to do this. Sometimes it's definitely that. But do you know what the best psychic protection is? Do you know what the highest level of psychic protection, of clearing energy, of any spiritual work that you can do? Like, let's have a guess here. Let's have a guess. We're going to play a game. Like, guys, what is the highest level of psychic protection that you could ever call upon? What is the highest level of energy clearing that you could ever do? Comment it below. I'm literally going to wait for these answers. So, and whilst I do, the Oracle of Chaldea, you may feel your relationship with spirit is already strong enough to support such a process, okay? This is the thing when we are gearing up to do a big energy clearing or whatever that is. This is like your connection with spirit and soul and taking care of yourself needs to be strong. And that's why teaching trust intuition, you don't just go and like give someone a massive like cutting cord session and clearing wounds, because you'll throw them into psychosis. If somebody doesn't know how to take care of themselves and have that solid grounding and connection to source and spirit, their soul, and they just literally won't be ready to deal and heal with whatever they're dealing and healing with. So as a healer, right, it is your duty to recognize where that person is, and you know, and also not take rejection personally, because people who aren't ready to work with you will not work with you, because you clear and heal at a deepest core. And sometimes those people don't even know how to take care of themselves, so they won't be ready to work with you. They might inquire, but they won't work with you. Why? Because their soul won't let them. They're not ready to do that deep healing work, which requires, first of all, building a connection with source all by themselves. That's what you need to be teaching people. This is what your biggest piece is here. Okay, so there's lots of questions coming in. Answers to the question that I asked. So Peggy says, be true to self. Joanne says, light. Chelsea says, authenticity. Pip says, Christ, white light. White light says, Brittany. Deep breaths, asking your ancestors. Higher power says, far. Steve says, ultra white light. Shiloh says, protection. So you guys are close. The closest ones would be Chelsea with authenticity and Peggy with be true to self. The highest level of psychic protection is you trusting your intuition and following that guidance. This is what I always say to people who like are stuck in unhealthy, toxic situations, environments, relationships, career paths, and they're not ready to leave. And if they want to do like, you know, this, like, what's the next meditation, Hannah? And I'm like, there's no more meditations that can do this. You need to take the physical action and get the fuck out of there. Like, there's no amount of meditation that will do that for you. It gets to a point, like, there is inner work that is required to, like, get strong enough or whatever, or, you know, and what comes first, chicken or the egg. It doesn't matter. If, like, you can leave the physical situation and then do the healing work, or you can do the healing work and then leave. Regardless, if your intuition is guiding you to leave a situation and you're choosing to stay, your intuition is your best form of protection. But if you're not listening to that about leaving a situation, then yeah, like, you're going to get psychically attacked or whatever, that like whatever happens, and narcissism starts and, oh, it's them and it's this and it's that. It's actually like, hello, you didn't listen to your intuition about leaving when it was right for you. The highest form of spiritual and psychic protection is following what your intuition is guiding you to do. That's why in here it said, follow, let that white light open up your heart and like let her guide the path and that's the path you need to follow. But if you're not following it, then spirit can't quote unquote protect you because you're not taking the step that's going to allow them to protect you. The highest form of psychic protection is you actioning what your white light is guiding you to do. Does that make sense? So for some reason, this is really strong coming through for you, Fua, and obviously everyone having a bit of a lesson in psychic protection this morning. So this for you, for us specifically, and anyone else, whoever this is resonating with, is there is things that want to birth out of you. Purpose, soul, oracle, or Chaldea, right? But it's like your connection to spirit and source preparing you. Like you need to have that strong connection to be strong enough to be able to leave situations that are not in alignment anymore. And until you've got that strong like connection to source and feel that level of connection with your own soul and that you've got your own back and that you can do it, like you won't be ready to leave. Now, I'm not saying you have to leave, but there's something in your energy field which if you are in an environment that you know you need to leave or should have left a long time ago or whatever the story is, no amount of like psychic clearing will do that for you. Do you know what I mean? But it's always about like clearing out that, like working on healing the reasons why you're still there or whatever. Like, yes, as I said, what comes first, chicken or egg? Karen says, funny how sometimes the simplest thing to do is trusting your intuition. Like trusting intuition is the hardest. It's getting better though. Yes. Yeah, it is a skill. And it does come with healing childhood woundings that have stopped us from trusting ourselves in the first place, right? So Fua says, I got made redundant from my job after 11 years. That's huge. That's huge. I'm looking to study full time as I want to be a therapist for people with mental health. Awesome. I'm a bit scared as I'm a single mum to 3 kids. Okay. So yeah, and I mean like, you know, being a mental health therapist is a big deal because you're dealing with mental health. That's a big deal. So obviously you have to trust yourself with what's going on. So in that regard, then I would like work with a lot of the, you can like the energetic clearing. So like sponge clearing, getting the sponge clearing really strongly. Because when I look at an energy field like that, and when we look at energy fields, you know, and auras and stuff like that, it's kind of like, especially when I've been in an environment for 11 years, it's imprinted energetically, not even physiologically, as well on a cellular level. It's a long time, 11 years, and 10 years make or break. So I would be definitely working with sponge clearing and healing. And then I would also be looking, for some reason I keep getting inner child healing as well. So in my life purpose activation kit, I'm not sure if you've got that, both of those are in there. Because the mental health and stuff, like obviously trust where your intuition's going, but it's kind of like, why is that scaring you? Yes, there's feel the fear and do it anyway, but I'd be looking to inner child to understand where those fears are really like sort of coming from. Yeah, for sure. Because sometimes we can go down career paths to heal, like it's because we need to heal ourselves. Not saying it's wrong for you. I mean, like, look what I do, right? But it's like, especially if there's that fear there, that's what I'd be really looking at as well. So yes, so that's for you. Okay, I have another round of yes pleases, please. So hello everyone joining live. Hello. Okay, Alison. This makes so much sense because I didn't feel drawn to a specific meditation I needed to do. I'm in transition moving forward and I'm learning the new skill set while I shift, and it will take a few months financially. But I cannot wait to let the old business go. Yeah, so it's interesting, right? When we're like, oh, what meditation's gonna fix the problem? And it's like sometimes taking the action is the meditation, right? Hi. Got my black and white theme going on here with my black and white tuxedo cat. Hi. Did you need cuddles? Oh, hi. Hi, baby. Okay, so, let's see. Who's this for? See, seeing the big picture, another bird of prey. Listen to your gut, yes. Okay, who is this one for? This one's so powerful. This deck is really powerful. When I finally sat with it and went deep with it, the portals of presence, there's actually no message book. Like, it's just so thin for a deck of cards that took her 20 years to put together. And it's literally artwork of trees, stones that she's collected over the years that look like portals. Like, you know, when you can look at a rock or something and it's literally like that. When I was literally pulling, like going through each of the cards, connecting with them, I was getting like download. I'm like, wow, I could literally write the booklet for these. Maybe it was just for that, but I was like, oh, am I supposed to write this? And I was like, just kept getting so many messages. So whoever this reading is for, it's a really strong presence. There's a really strong presence for this particular person who is guiding them like a solid rock. A tree, actually. Okay, so who is this for? Because this is really streaming through already. Okay. Okay, so to that. Okay, so Corey, your name keeps jumping out. So Corey Smith. Steve, your name kept jumping out too. That's why it was two. Okay, so Corey Smith and Steve Cut. There's a tree being around you, like behind you, like pushing you. Not pushing you, it's like it's solid, it's there. There is a being that is guiding this path. When I saw this, I'm like, there's a lot of grief and sadness sitting in your heart that this being is helping you heal. That's number one. Oh, look, I did say the stone. Looks like a stone, this one. But there is a lot of information that you're receiving from the grief and from this journey through this path that is part of the purpose of what, like, do you know what I mean? It's like it's helping you get clear on what it is that you're actually meant to do from walking through this path. Okay, being called to the mermaids, and I know that we had the 3 for the collective reading, but this mermaids is coming through. So deep subconscious healing for both Corey and Steve. I'm trusting Corey's still here, and I'm trusting Steve's still here. I just started reading, and I was like, deep in the subconscious. There's something clearing deep in the subconscious. When the mermaids are here, we're working deep in the subconscious realm. But this one is like, he's pulling her up from the deep, dark depths. There is deep grief about something that has been released. It's almost like, oh, like it's so deep in the heart, so deep in the soul. It's like big, like kicked in the soul. You're trying to retrieve something that is buried deep in your psyche. And I'm like, good, because it needs unlocking. It needs unlocking. There is a deep heart message that needs unlocking. Yeah. So it's interesting because there's this and this. And this is where it's like deep in the soul, deep in the psyche, deep in the depths. Like it's just like, it's like you're diving deep. Like you're diving so friggin' deep. Because you know that there's gifts in there, the divination. What's this one? Seeing you're birthing a whole new world. We can't birth a whole new world unless it's deep, right? Unless it's deep in the psyche, unless it's deep in the consciousness, unless, you know what I mean? It's kind of like a seed needs to be planted deep in the soil. Well, not deep, but you get it in the dark for it to grow. And it's like, there is this birthing happening underneath the surface, but you're like pulling stuff up from the depths, from the deep depths. And there is a being that is literally behind you. Like, I want to say forcing you into this, just like, it's like this solid presence. It's like portals of presence, yeah? This solid presence, just like, I'm here and I've got your back. You can face this. You know what I mean? Like, that's really what this is. You can really face this. And like, there's so many, and if you look at like this stone, like the this, I keep getting like this deep buried in the psyche, this deep buried in the subconscious, this deep, like this is stuck deep in the ancient stone, not stuck, written deep in the ancient stone. Like this is ancient knowledge that you are, oh look, Lemuria, that you are pulling up, and it's giving you the guidance, but it's awakening these parts of you that you buried because of what was buried with it. That is such a deep message. It was a really deep message. Just watch out for these scammers, guys. Weird messages. Hello, dear. How are you doing? Don't be sorry for like what the fuck's sake? Come on, guys. Just sounds ridiculous. Okay. Who even speaks like that? Anyway. Okay. So, divination, Lemuria. That was really deep. It was really deep. So that was for Steve and Corey. Both together. Okay. All right. So have another round of yes, pleases, please. So like the message in that sort of like the depth, deep psyche is like you're going deep because you want your purpose. And that's why this is coming out. I just shuffled that and literally this one came out again. These guys are so strong. Wow. This was underneath this and I didn't show you guys and I just shuffled and then I'm like, it's still here. And it's kind of like, see what magic is about to come through because of how deep you've been diving to. Something about diving deep, meaning like deep subconscious waters, like subconscious is the waters when we deal with the mermaids, it's the deep subconscious waters. Yes. Yeah, Steve. Yeah. Strong. Really strong. Oof, hitting in the feels hard. I'm sweating with cold goosebumps. Yeah, let that come out. Let that come out. And Corey, it's like you've asked for your purpose and this is the deep dive. This is the deep dive that has come in for you to find it. Or more like it's finding you because you're in there. Yeah. Okay. All right. So very welcome. So there's another round of yes pleases. Who is this for? If you would like me to be your personal intuitive guide for 2025, my personal psychic forecasts are out now. Just comment 2025 below and I'll send you the details and the link for that. That is where I audio record a reading for you. And I pull 12 cards. So obviously for 12 months of the year. And I dive into the energetics of each month for you. And then there's 3 conscious sort of overlying energies that you're working through consciously in 2025. And so just comment 2025 for that below and I'll send you the details. There's, yeah, and that'll only be available until the 18th because then it gives me enough time to get them done for you guys. Okay. Alrighty then. It was very deep. All right, we're just gonna come back. Are we all back? All right, because that was really deep. Yeah, I don't know if it was these guys. Like these guys are just, the energy is phenomenal. Like honestly, this deck is, when I chose them, it was like obviously just straight away the energy. But then when I read the back of it, the images in this deck were selected from 20 years of work created in the presence of ancient trees, mountains, standing stones, temples, cathedrals, and human wisdom carriers from many lineages. Each face radiates a unique presence. Think of them as allies, nature spirits, beloved, or visitors from subtle realms. Gaze deeply and explore your relationship with these beings. Like you can feel it. Like 20 years of work. Like, I was like, yep, sold. Okay. All right. So these cards that I pulled, I'm like, we're coming back. We're coming back. There is such an activation with them. Actually, I need to be mindful of that. Okay. But like the light and dark skulls that I had been given for my birthday. Okay, so this round of yes pleases. Okay, so Pip. We have Pip Newman. Pretty sure Pip's still here. First of all, Pip, I pulled the sacrifice cards. where are you sacrificing your own needs that's causing and breeding resentment that you need to take action on immediately? No more sacrifice. You needing to reclaim your authentic self and stop putting others before you, because that's going to bring back your playful nature. If you've been asking, where am I? Like, I feel lost. What have I been doing? What's going on? It's because you've been sacrificing your needs, or maybe you've just moved through this, but it is about you reclaiming your authentic self, which is requiring you to set boundaries and say, no more. I need to do me first. It's going to bring back your playfulness, which will create miracles and the healing that you're looking for, and bring in the ideas and inspirations. But you must stop sacrificing your own authentic needs. Now, this was the bottom card of the deck, because I only pulled one from this deck. And then underneath the Selkie and her skin is this big, beautiful, dark piece. There is so much going on behind the scenes. Now, I'm not sure how long you've been watching for, Pip, but I just did that reading for Fua, and it was talking about clearing out the energy field, like reassessing where you're going. Because when we've been in something like, for example, with Fua for like 11 years, and then it releases or shifts or whatever, like we leave or whatever the story is, like 11 years is a long time to just clear something. Oh, let's just clear it. It's like, yeah, we can. But also the energetics, the behaviors, the, like you've been in that system for 11 years, for example, right? Whatever it is, like you've been in an imprinting for 11 years. It's going to take a little bit of time to rewire the imprinting and the behaviors that automatically come from being in such an environment. For you, Pip, I'm getting something similar. Yeah, something very similar with this. But the very first step is you not sacrificing yourself anymore. That means saying no instead of yes, etc., so that you can reclaim this. I think you're on the way for this, definitely. And I think you've been questioning, where is this? And I think that this miracles, is what you've been asking for. But it's like the miracle is you starting to say no so that you can do this. That's the miracle. And as soon as you start doing this, your energy will come back. And you will feel alive, and this will be like magic synchronistic events. You'll be like, oh my God, how come this hasn't, like, where has this been all my life? But it's because you decided to do you first and reclaim your authentic truth and who you are. That was really short and sweet and strong though. Yeah, it's kind of like the miracles and magic are like right here for you. And the more you say no so that you can say yes to you, the more this happens. And then the more this happens, the easier it is to say no. It's like feel the guilt and say no anyway. No? Because this is awaiting you. I feel like new beginnings as well. But yeah, and look, see, body care, taking care of yourself. Yeah, really strong. That was really strong, Pip. There it is. So have another round of yes pleases. That was really, strong. Time to say no so that you can say yes to you, Pip. Like there's a lot going on behind the scenes, but the faster you start really implementing this, then that will dissipate, because the only reason that's there is because you keep saying yes when you really mean no. Yeah. So another round of yes pleases, please. Steve says, proper sweat, tears and pride falling out of me from that reading. I felt seen and know intuitively that last 6 months of deep inner child shadow work is activated and aligning. Oof, is that what? That was really deep. Like I felt it. I think we were all in a trance with that one. It was really strong. Like, I don't know, I think everyone felt it. Like that was really deep. Like we just went deep, and I just need to be mindful of this. But that went really, really deep. I'm pretty sure everyone felt it. We're just literally in a trance there. It's what the mermaids and obviously the portals do. Take us to another world so we can heal this world, because it's the inner world that really heals what's going on for us, right? We work and walk in both worlds. Whoops. That is the gift of being a healer. Yeah. We heal from the unseen so that people can heal the seen. Okay. Why the censorship? What is this for? Oh. Not sure what you're talking about there. Okay. All right. So who is this one for? Oh, I'm really hungry. I'm not sure if you just heard my belly. Okay. That felt like a real deep healing. So if anyone else is feeling that, then yes. Yes, no boobs and stuff. Okay, I'm not picking anyone in particular. It's not coming through for some reason. So let's like close a collective reading from what we had at the start. And Rama, you're going on a voyage. And if we look at what came through at the start about trusting your intuition, never be afraid of your truth, as your truth comes from a deep place within your soul. And about resting to hear the truth of your soul. It is in the silent pause that we find the answers to our questions. It is in the breath that we anchor our soul. And this is about the journey that your soul is leading you on, but you have to trust and follow it. You have to be open to receive it and follow it. The hummingbird is ear chakra consciousness. It's the divine balance because there's two. It's the feminine, it's opening to receiving, and it brings the balance to the out of balance 7 that the society is trained on. And then, wait for it, when we finish this collective reading from today, from the beginning, here it is again. Your values, your truth, your soul's calling, what's really being spoken to you in the quiet moments of your soul. Spend time reclaiming your balance. There you will find peace. So whatever you've been through, remember this one came out too. Let go of outcomes. You will be released from the burden you carry. And it was very much the light and the dark. Look, she's even got a white raven on her shoulder. Light and the dark. Spend time reclaiming your balance. There you will find inner peace. Let go of outcomes. You will be released from the burden you carry. Follow the light. Remember that through the readings today was follow the light. If you follow the light and you follow your truth, if you honor the souls of your truth, you are psychically protected and you are on the path of your purpose. But if you don't listen to that, you get sent down rabbit holes, spirals. You will be, it's like cast aside from your purpose. Like you're the only one doing that. You'll get caught up in things that distract you and pull you more off purpose and off path, like world issues, blaming people, organizations, blah, 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 right? That is the distraction, but it's because you're distracting your own self because you don't trust your own inner masculine. You don't trust yourself. And if you don't trust yourself, it's healing the inner masculine. It's healing the father and the feminine. Sorry, it's healing the father and the masculine inside of you to be able to trust yourself enough and have that strong connection to spirit, because the masculine is spirit, is God, is soul. It is the direct line of communication. And if that is broken or wounded, that is when you come back into reality and project all your hurt out there rather than actually healing the true God wound. That is the connection to source and the path of your purpose. Like it guides the path of your purpose, not God is the path of your purpose. It shows the light. The light is shone. The masculine is light. The feminine is dark. This was huge. This was so huge today. It's a really strong energy coming through today, especially at the end here. So for those of you who made it to the end, you feel like received an activation and a healing, because what came through for Steve and Corey, that was deep and we went somewhere, and that was a really deep healing that those of you who are listening really received that healing too. And here we are talking about the God wound so that you can receive your dreams because you are on the journey of your soul. And what comes from that is the return of Aphrodite, baby. Your goddess self, the energy, treating as sacred guidance. Like, this is like next year, astrologically, it's fucking huge. The next 2 years is like go time, baby. It is amazing messages. So if you want me to be your personal intuitive guide for 2025, just comment 2025 below. I've opened up my personal psychic forecast for 2025. That is where I pull a card. Almost was going to start pulling through these cards again, but they can just sit here with this beautiful like finishing thing. We're not going to open any more portals right now. So I pull 12 cards for you over the 12 months. So I pull a card for a month, and then I tune into 3 overarching conscious themes that you're also working on for 2025. I audio record that, send you a photo of the cards and the audio recording, of course, and you can listen back at any time over 2025. So just comment 2025 below and I shall send it to you. And I shall see you guys really soon. Yes, love you guys. Thank you for being here. And I'll see those of you in the Trust Intuition support call in a few minutes. Love you guys. Bye.